Because once you reject me, it's like,
So 45% of women are expected to be single and childless by 2030. So I come across this article on Psychology Today called The Rise of Empowered Single Women. And it's a response article to the article about lonely single men. And I just pulled up both of those headlines, both of those, article titles, and I put them next to each other. And I just sat back and I looked at them for a minute and I'm like, wow. It's kind of crazy that anytime in our society where, a man is single, it's automatically assumed that he's lonely, the rise of lonely single men, it's always men do better, men do this. But then anytime a woman is single nowadays, it's always the opposite. So it's the rise of empowered single women. It's always positioned more as a choice for women of like, oh, they're empowered, they're single, they're choosing.
It's always, the women are perfect and the men are imperfect. But in reality, it's actually the opposite. The men have choices and the women really don't. It's just that simple. Men, we choose to be single because we want to keep our options open and we want to enjoy life. A woman do that. She's just withering down her low value that she may or may not still possess. She gets trodden down, it becomes worthless. And yet, the rise of single women, they're miserable. They're crying alone at night on their bed by themselves. Men, we're chilling. We're just scrolling through the phone. Yeah, who we gonna call today? That's how we do. We're men. Y'all can't be us. But keep all that, keep that same energy.
Choosing to be that way because they're empowered. But for men, it always is painted in a light where it's like incels or guys who just can't get women or guys who need to step up and do better and do X, Y, and Z in order to, get one of these empowered single women to like them. And while of course it might be true for, some people, it's definitely not the reality for everyone. There are a lot of men who are happily single and a lot of women who are lonely as well.
And they're going to stay that way. They're going to get themselves some cats and dogs and go on and, head on down the road until, their time is up and then they go about their business to the next life. That's all that it is. Men, we got options. We got overseas. We got, freedom. We done build our wealth. We done spent 10, 15, 20 years building our wealth. Now we get the options of choosing who we want to share it with. A woman, if you ain't got a man by now, your vagina's worn out. It's trodden down. It's done for. You have no more worth. Ain't no man gonna marry you. We hold the key to, relationship and marriage. Y'all hold the key to sex. And believe me, you done gave all that away, especially when you were in your peak, with your hot girl summers and, your feminism crap, your little feminasty crew.
Dateable versus mateable. Which one are you? When do you get serious about wanting to be a mate? Some people just really think that they are mateable.
I came across several women where they actually, in their mindset, think that they're marriage material or dateable or whatever. And I asked them, I started asking them a question. I said, okay, what is it that you possess to think that a man would want to marry you? They said, well, I look good, and I could, do my thing in the bedroom. I said, that's going to last maybe for the honeymoon phase. What then? What comes after for you? Do you possess support? Do you possess, do you obey? Do you listen? Do you submit? Do you recharge a man? Can you cook and clean? Can you be, friendly and inviting? Or are you combative and vulgar and all this, brutish? Or are you a brute beast? These things, they didn't even think about those answers in their head. Because why? Because they don't possess this. Most of them don't possess nothing other than their vagina, and they think their vagina is enough for them to get married. Oh my goodness, it's just unbelievable how they think.
I've asked the question before, are you marriage material? Y'all have no idea how many people said, yes, I am. Well, why ain't nobody chose you to be their mate? Yeah, I'm single by choice. No, you're not. You're single because of the choices you made and because don't nobody want to choose your funky self. Not musty, but funky attitude.
No one is choosing them. That's the number one reason why they're single. The second reason is because they can't keep a man. They don't know what to do. They don't even know how to love a man, let alone support a man and be with a man and ride or die with that man. Now, I'm not talking about all women. I'm generalizing. The majority of them don't. A lot of these females, they possess no knowledge of how to walk together with someone. Why? Because their whole life they've been told they're the prize, they're this, they're that, and their whole life has been about selfishness. It's for them. I'd be damned if I'm with a woman, she gonna tell me her money is hers and my money is ours. Chick, you done bumped your head somewhere. I will listen. You know what? Let's move on to the next story because I don't want to go that route. Let's go on.
What's gonna happen when you take your one-night stand home and realize you gotta take off your waist trainer and explode like a can of Pillsbury biscuits?
Which is your true self, blob woman, or Michelin woman, or Pillsbury girl woman. Where, you just look like a big old upside down balloon. All this waist thing that y'all put on to give y'all curves that y'all don't possess, or you squeeze some stuff around you where you can't even breathe and you have the audacity to walk like you the stuff, you that thing, you are her. It's sad because I'm like, yo, eventually, you're going to have to reveal your body to him. He's going to see it. What then? Can any of y'all women answer her question? What's going to happen when you explode? Damn, I don't do fat girls. I'm sorry. Fat girls need not apply. Well of a woman, keep it moving. I ain't never went that route and I will never.
I heard a lot of men saying that women need to start shooting their shot and, show interest. And that's cool. That's cute and all. But I'm not getting rejected.
Hey, it's funny. Men, we as boys, teenagers, young adolescents, young adults and adults, we live every day with rejection, regardless of the situation. We deal with it. It's part of our lives. It's part of our upbringing. It's second nature for us. But you women, y'all think that because you got a vagina and you're pretty with all that mascara, that clown makeup on, that fake face, you think you're fine. Rejection shouldn't come your way.
Because once you reject me, it's like, fuck you then. You bald face, hairline pushed back, dirty fingernails, don't brush your teeth, tongue always white-faced ass boy. Didn't want you in the first place.
They don't deal well with rejections, fellas. They really don't. Because, again, they've been told their whole life, they're the prize. And it's like the end of the world when they find out, you're really not the prize, sweetheart. You're just one of many, dime a dozen. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way when I drop a new one, you'll be notified, all right? Knock Louise. That was my perspective. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.